Well, you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain. Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell?
Security 2 to Base 2. My name is Tim Hill. I'm the Senior Security Specialist here at Deer Park. I'm the alternate facility security officer. I help manage the compliance of the security program. I was a terrible music student. I didn't want any of that. I just wanted to grab a guitar and strum around and play. So I did that in high school and a little bit in college. I did some musicals, and then I really just put music down for a long time. I loved it, I appreciated it, but I didn't play it for probably 20 years. Some folks at church got me back into playing music at church, and then here comes this idea for the band here at Deer Park. And I said, you know, I'll give it a shot. We formed because Amir Fareed was retiring. He's a very popular vice president, former general manager here at the plant. Lovable guy. It turns out that he loves live music, and Barry also loves live music, and so the idea was to put together a band for this farewell party, and it kind of stuck after that.
I said, hey, what is this? Now maybe she's in need of a kiss.
Eddie Gibbs originally started the concept. Eddie called me when we heard about Amir retiring, and then I sent out an email to everybody that I could think of or that I could hear of that was a musician that might be interested, that worked here at the plant. Then I had to do a survey monkey to kind of sort out who has what skills and who's interested in what. And it really narrowed down to the folks that were available. That's how the team formed.
Well, I heard some people talking just the other day, and they said you were gonna put me on the shelf. Well, let me tell you, got some news for you, and you soon find out it's true.
My name is Eadie Grossie. I am the Health and Safety Specialist for the Deer Park site. I also handle oil spill response for the site, working with the Coast Guard, coordinating our spill response team. And that's the emergency response side of the hat that I wear other than being on fire crew. I started playing guitar in '72 when I was in junior high school. I played in multiple bands when I was in high school and college, playing on the weekends, earning money. I sang in the high school choir, so that gave me music theory and learning harmony parts. So that gave me a real good background for doing what I do and the pleasure I get from it, and also helping other people work through it.
I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control, 'cause the power you're supplying, it's electrifying.
You better shape up, 'cause I need a man.
Tim Hill and myself sort of co-lead the band. Tim does a little bit more of the logistical side of things. I do a little bit more of the creative side of thinking about how we're going to split up the song, maybe if we'll do a medley or something like that. When we first got together, our first practice, it was rough. Since then, we've gelled into a tight-knit, well, you could call us a family, and it's just super fun. The personalities intermix well. We cut up with each other. We have fun. We're concerned about each other. When things go on in each other's life, we text back and forth, and it's just gelled into such a neat, I don't want to call it an organization. It is. It's a team, but it's also a family. Awesome.
Got a t-shirt out there? Who wants a t-shirt? Woo! T-shirt!
I'm James Ramirez. I'm the production supervisor for logistics. I supervise 8 supervisors who in turn supervise roughly 88 operators. So a lot of my role is getting out there in the field and developing people, growing people. I've been with Shell now going on 27 years. I've been playing since I was about 12, and I grew up playing in many different bands over the years. Up until just a few years ago, I kind of did the club circuit for a long time, and a lot of studio stuff too. I actually played several commercials out in West Texas where I did background music for, and that was a lot of fun. The band's made up of folks from all walks of life throughout the site. We have folks obviously from operations, we have folks from the hourly workforce, we have folks from HR, we have folks from the lab, from security. Honestly, kind of got together and just started making noise and looking for that chemistry. It's just a matter of how do we connect with the site, honestly, by something that's really common, which is music. And everybody loves good music, and we're all just kind of really open to that. We get out there in the field, talk to different folks, and if this comes up, you know, this becomes a conversation that leads us kind of into talking about Goal Zero or what new initiative is out there. And I really think that the entire band kind of looks at it that way, you know. Music's the music, but then you got a vehicle to engage other folks for different reasons and whatnot.
We get up every morning from the alarm clock, swollen, take the 8:15 into the city. There's a whistle up above and people pushing, people shoving, and the girls trying to look pretty. And if your train's on time, you can get to work by 9 and start your slaving job to get your pay. If you ever get annoyed.
I'm David Boyd, Instrumentation Inspector for the Cobra and the Goat areas with the Instrumentation and Process Control Department. In 7 Mile Perimeter, I play the bass guitar. James Ramirez also. We have 2 bass guitar players in the band, so we're that good. We have 2 bass players, right? I've been doing that, playing the bass guitar probably since I was a teenager, probably 13 years. So probably doing this for 35 years or so, off and on. I've been in and out of bands in high school and through school and after school and in college, and even now, I mean, still playing in bands from time to time.
If you were easy ass fishing, you could be a musician. If you could make sounds loud or mellow.
Everybody kind of came in at first not really knowing what they were getting into, I don't think. But pretty quickly it was kind of determined, here's what we're going to do, and everybody adapted very quickly. Within a couple of practices we were heading in the right direction with not much delay. I think it's a very functional unit, teamwork. Everybody's coming in from different backgrounds and just homogenizing into one cohesive unit that really works well together. We know kind of what our goal is to be able to accomplish, and I think we accomplished that goal very well as far as what we're set out to do.
My name is Pat Follett. I am the team lead for the phenol acetone laboratory. I have been at Shell Deer Park for 9 years. I got my first set of drums when I was 9 years old. Just kind of tinkered around. My brother had a guitar, so we made a lot of noise for the neighbors growing up. I played in a couple of different bands through high school, college, actually funded my way through college with some of my music performance. And then, you know, most recently I've played mostly at our church. The one site, one team. I think one of our band members, James Ramirez, pretty much nailed it. He said, we're bringing the site together one note at a time. We're a pretty good example of that. You know, we all work from this site, but we had limited, if any, dealings with each other prior to the formation of 7 Mile Perimeter Band. So I think it just shows when you bring people together from different groups with a common goal or a common purpose, and if everybody maintains the focus on that, you can accomplish some pretty significant things. It's really been an honor working with some of the folks and just seeing some of the talent that we've got here at Deer Park, and not recognizing that behind the red FRCs and the safety gear and things that we wear here, that you don't know what people are capable of or what people can do outside of their job.
My name is Sarah Kennerly. I'm a loader for logistics department. I work at the phenol terminal and here at the West Rack. I load rail cars and trucks, load phenol, sulfur, acetone, day in, day out. I started getting personal emails saying, hey, you need to come to practice. So I started emailing Eddie Gibbs and Tim Hill and telling them I don't know rock songs. I've never done rock songs. I've done country, and I've never even sang with a band. I'm like one of those karaoke folk that go to the bars and just sing for the crowd that doesn't care. As it turned out, they were like, well, you need to come just at least for one practice and just let us hear you sing, and then we can determine what we want to do. So that's what I did, and I told them, I was like, look, thick-skinned, if y'all want me, cool. If not, not a big deal. And been a year now and I'm still in it. So it stuck. Making the CD was a dream come true. Every bit of that was magic. I never been in a studio like that. When I heard the playback on it, it kind of shocked me for a second. I was taken aback. I was kind of surprised that that came out of me and it sounded the way it did. I was satisfied that I belonged with them at that point. I was like, all right, okay, so I'm not hindering y'all. I didn't realize how much went into every aspect of what goes on behind the scenes. I mean, we get up there and we rock it out and it sounds like, oh yeah, they were born doing this. No. Those guys had to work with me on harmony. Words, for some reason, just totally elude my mind. I don't know where they go. As soon as I stepped up on stage the first couple times, I was like, how does this start? And then going home and just telling my husband, hey, I'm gonna do dishes and sing while I'm doing it, so jump on board.
My name is Todd Leonard. I'm a Human Resources Account Manager. I support the Chemical Production Organization and provide HR support to the employees in that group. As a child, I played piano, took piano lessons, and played really boring music in my opinion. So I played a lot of classical music and things like that. So at 18, I stopped playing completely and didn't pick up music again until 7 Mile Perimeter formed. It was a little bit scary at first. It's pretty exciting to be a part of now, but it's something where the music that I had before didn't really prepare me for the experience that I'd be having now. We all have strengths and we all have opportunities for improvement. And so we're willing to leverage those strengths to work together to build something that's bigger than what we individually bring to the table. We also look for ways to ask questions of one another. What can I do from a piano part to help somebody else in the band perhaps with their part? Or people will readily offer feedback and say, maybe if you do something a little bit differently, then it'll sound a little bit better. So I think where we've gotten that is we want to be part of something important, we want to be helpful, and we also want to have fun while we're doing it. So I think that's a lot of what I see when I look at employees across the plant, is they want to be part of something important and want to feel like they're contributing to it.
I'm Robbie Dildy. I'm the Run and Maintain Analyzer Engineer for the refinery side of the plant. I'm in the IMPC Instrumentation and Process Control Department. I've been working here at the site for almost 5 years now. I've dabbled in guitar on and off since high school. Probably in the last 3 years I've been more serious about it, especially since joining the band. I've had to get very serious about my guitar playing. I also play saxophone, but I haven't played the saxophone since high school. I dusted it off and tried to get rid of most of the squeaks out of it. It's still got a few squeaks left in it, but we'll get there with the saxophone. The first practice was pretty rough, and I really had to step back and assess whether I was man enough to continue. And it was only because I had some friends both in and out of the band that encouraged me to stick it out and get through the hard times. And it's like that here with our work family. The way that my friends encouraged me, you know, I can encourage my workmates. We can get through the challenging times together. The site can do the same thing when we come together around, whether it be safety, environmental performance, process safety performance. When we come together around those goals with passion like the band has towards music, it's really rewarding to see what you can deliver after that.
I'm Shane Barnhill. I work with health and safety on the emergency services side. We try to be more proactive than reactive, so we concentrate most of our time on that, but we also do extensive training on being ready to respond to any kind of incident or emergency. My dad played guitar when I was younger and sat around the house playing around the record player, and that's kind of how I started. Just want to be like my dad. I'm a Texas country music recording artist for 343 Records. I've had singles out on Texas radio, stuff that's been played overseas. And it's been a lot of fun, but it was hard to pass up a great opportunity to come to work for a company like this.
Sometimes it can be, it can be heavy. We do a lot of extensive rehearsals to get ready for shows. We don't take it lightly. We don't just show up and play. We try to make it a good show, and it's also a good team building concept. We've done Stride for Schools for Deer Park High School. We helped raise over $300,000, I believe. We played a mirrors party. We've done some leadership forums and some team building things. There's probably a couple more that I don't remember, but we've had a lot of good fun doing that.
We started out with a list of names that we thought. We threw them into the hat to see which ones people would like. Next thing I know, the name of 7 Mile Perimeter comes out. Come to find out, 7 Mile Perimeter is a lightning alert for the site. When lightning is hit the ground or strike within 7 miles of the site, all work should stop and it's time to rock and roll.
This team, the 7 Mile Perimeter Band, has been the most cohesive, most productive, one of the hardest working teams I've ever been on. If you look back in the 90s, we used to call things high performance work team. We always wanted to be a high performance work team. Well, this band is a real high performance work team. If we come together each day, have fun at what we do, it helps us do it safer. It helps us enjoy each other's company better, and we go home happier. That's what it's all about.
Time.